Good morning and welcome to the Bender JCC's JChats with Bender JCC CEO Josh Bender. Josh's guest today is Health and Fitness General Manager Ryan Grant.
Excellent. Good morning to the Bender JCC community. I am Josh Bender. I am the new CEO of the Bender JCC, and I want to welcome you to our first of hopefully many conversations called JChats. And the goal of JChats is to open up a dialogue within the community and to learn about all the amazing work that is taking place at the Bender JCC. This year has been a very challenging year for so many people. And at the JCC here, we have worked so hard, our staff has worked so hard to keep our JCC open and operating through an incredibly difficult time, being a source of comfort and hope for our community in so many ways. And I want to take a moment just to thank all of our staff members. I can't take the credit. I'm brand new. This is day number 7 for me as the CEO, but our staff has worked so hard through the pandemic to continue serving the community. I'm delighted to welcome and to introduce Ryan Grant, who is with us this morning, the General Manager of our Health and Fitness Center, who has really been at the forefront working with our team to make sure that our JCC is open and able to provide the fitness center and the wellness portion of what we do at the JCC is so important. It's part of our mission to ensure that the community has a place to take care of itself, to focus on health and wellness. And Ryan is here to share a little bit today with us about what has been happening in the fitness center through this difficult time, all the exciting work that we've been doing to serve the community. Ryan, thanks for joining me this morning.
Thanks, Josh. Welcome. Yeah, welcome to the Bender JCC. I know it's been only about a week, so I'm excited to have you here and excited to talk a little bit about what we've been doing.
Absolutely, and I've been so impressed just walking through every day. I try to a couple times a day just to make my way through the JCC to see all that is going on. Our fitness center, despite the pandemic, is full of members who are working out. And our pools are full, our indoor pool, our outdoor pool. And it's so nice during this time to see that there are people have a place to come and be and escape from the outside world and the stresses of the world that we see right now, and a place to really, ensure they're taking care of themselves through the pandemic. Before we jump into like sort of the what you're going to tell us about, what is going on in the fitness center. Tell us a little about you. I would love to learn a little bit more about how you came to the JCC, how you got involved in the fitness industry, and a little bit about your background.
Sure. Well, I guess it all started, I was working after my freshman year in college at this warehouse lifting heavy boxes, and I got hurt and I had to go to physical therapy. And at that point, I really had no idea what I wanted to study in college or what I wanted to do for a profession. I'd always played sports and been really active. And then I went to physical therapy and I'm like, I think this might be something I, would like to do. So that put me on the path to get a degree in sports medicine, started in the clinical side, working as an exercise physiologist in cardiac rehab. And then after about 6-7 years, kind of moved on into the commercial setting of fitness centers. And then about 2.5 years ago, I began with the Bender JCC as the GM.
Excellent, excellent. And we're so happy to have your expertise on staff. This, operating a fitness center, it's no secret. It's been, the most challenging year to be running a fitness center in terms of everything that goes into planning, operating, cleaning. Run us through a little bit of what it's been like to be, in the field, in the fitness industry at the JCC, ensuring that we remain operational and sort of challenges that go along with that.
Well, I mean, you're right. It's definitely been a big challenge. during the closure, we were working hard and, in constant communication with a lot of different organizations, some on the commercial side of fitness and some, with the JCCA and really collaborating on, different scenarios and all the things that we needed to consider with the regulations and the restrictions that were being set forth. So, a lot of the things that we've done, a lot of other places are doing it as well, which is great. And one of our things we always wanted to do is if the regulation and the restriction was here, we wanted to make sure we were taking a little extra precaution, just being taking those extra steps to make sure that our staff and our members were as safe as they could possibly be. So I really gotta give kudos to the staff. So many of them have taken on, they always cleaned and everything, what I mean? The fitness staff and myself and Mike Holmes, our fitness floor supervisor, we've always taken on, that role, but now it's just, it's a different level. It's, we had initially said every hour we would clean, but it's really, we have these little signs on each of our pieces of fitness, pieces of equipment. And the member, when they go on it, they know to take the sign down, so the staff can go right after they use it. And if the member doesn't clean it for some reason, then, we clean it. So the staff has done an amazing job, really, truly, so diligent. And they're here, they show up, they're here every day. And, from the front staff at the front, cleaning their desks and, the sales team and all the managers, everyone's kind of worked in concert to make this happen. And we've been fortunate so far.
Excellent. And that's great information. If there's someone watching now who's sort of contemplating coming back to the JCC, then maybe they haven't been here in a while through the pandemic, and sort of on the fence, walk us through a little bit, like what are the procedures, what are the protocols that are keeping everybody safe when they come to the JCC and work out?
Right. Well, I mean, I think it goes without saying now, you have to wear a mask while you're in the building. That goes for staff and that goes for members. So, you have to wear a mask when you come in. Everyone needs to have a reservation. So we have a reservation system for each different area, for the fitness center, for the indoor pool, outdoor pool, kind of each different area. And once that reservation is made, you get a confirmation, you come in, you check your temperature, and then, you go to where you're supposed to be. We have different cleaning stations set up. We have one of those electrostatic sprayers that we use, every 2 hours on the equipment to, provide that extra layer. We have additional filters, for the air circulation to enhance that. Honestly, the members have done a great job too of cleaning. A lot of them are like, well, how do I know if it's clean? And I'm like, well, it's always good practice to just wipe it down, ahead of time anyway, just to be safe. And we added, like I said, multiple additional cleaning stations, hand sanitizing stations. So it's really been working well. Everyone's been working well together.
And I'm always amazed walking through it, how well the procedures are working and to see the staff constantly cleaning, constantly sanitizing to make sure everything is safe. And I think that air circulation piece is important too. I understand that we've increased the fresh air in our HVAC system in addition to those filters that you mentioned.
Right.
Sure that we're following best practices and keeping everybody safe. What's the feedback you're hearing from members who are coming to our fitness center and using the facility?
It's definitely been positive. I remember the first week or two we were open, they were really surprised. The equipment stays where it can be, to have at least 6 feet in between, or we have it marked off so that every other piece is available. And they've been doing a good job. We have a restriction capacity, and how the JCC Fitness Center is set up, it's kind of roomed off, and the ceilings are very high, which I think is attractive for people. And with the restrictions per room, we've been able to really, not have any overcrowding. It's kind of a good problem, kind of not so good problem, but obviously we want people coming in and being healthy and being confident that they're safe. but yeah, I think the feedback's been great. You know, they've been really pleased with the steps we've taken. They feel comfortable. More and more people are coming back. And what is surprising is that over 50 population, which, you know, we thought, you know, they were really going to be apprehensive, but I'd say over 50% of our members that have come back are over 50.
Excellent. Well, I'm so glad that they feel confident and they're putting their trust in the procedures and all the hard work that
Right.
into place. I wanted to pause for a moment for our viewers listening to our JChats. If you're just tuning in, these are our weekly live broadcasts we're going to be doing on Wednesdays at 10:30. The goal is to really just shine a light on the amazing work that we're doing here at the JCC through an incredibly difficult year. And we're so pleased to have Ryan Grant, our health and fitness general manager, here with us today. I want to invite viewers to, if you have questions, to post them in the comments section. We do have someone who is reviewing those. If we have some time near the end, we'll try to get to some of those questions. We want our chats to be interactive. We want to hear from our membership. We want to hear your feedback. It's really important to us. It helps us understand how to meet the needs of our community, having this open dialogue. So Ryan, there's some people watching now who probably are not quite ready to come back to our facility. They either, whether they have some health concerns, they're waiting a little bit longer as we hopefully get through the pandemic, and hopefully everyone's optimistic about a potential vaccine, and we're all hoping and wishing for normalcy so that we can gather in the largest capacity at the JCC for many different things. But for the people who are not ready, you and I were talking this morning, and there's a couple of things that were intriguing to me. One of them is the virtual offerings that we're providing. I know there's also in the works right now, we're working with an outside consultant right now to expand, but in a significant way, our virtual offerings, hopefully coming in January. So anyone who's either not ready to come back to the building or has found that virtual fitness fits into their life, the flexibility, the schedule, the ability to do it on your time when you're ready, maybe to select various levels. And at the same time, you were sharing with me that we have some outdoor classes that are actually still happening, even as we head towards Hanukkah, and wintry conditions are upon us. So tell us a little bit about those virtual offerings. Tell us about the outdoor spaces and what's going on in those areas.
Sure. Yeah. All of our virtual group exercise classes, they are virtual. We have 3 of them that are in person right now, 2 of which are outside. So we have a Tuesday 9:45 Zumba class that's outside. And I posed it. I had my director pose it to the class yesterday and say, hey, you know, we have this big social hall inside. We know it's getting colder outside. You know, if it's okay with everyone, we'll move it inside. And they were like, no, we like it outside. And I'm like, let's get a little colder. And they say, well, no, we prefer it outside right now, and we're comfortable, and we'll layer up a little bit. And you know, they're loving it. We have a tent, you know, for it, you know, if it were to snow, I guess, or rain, that we could do it under. And a lot of times when it has been a little colder, they'll move outside the tent to get the sunlight, you know, to make it a little bit warmer. And then we have a Saturday class outside as well. And then we have a few offerings that are inside and virtually. And our virtual classes, you know, we try to have as much of a mix as possible between early, you know, morning offerings, lunchtime offerings, and then evening offerings. And we have everything from yoga, Pilates, body pump, strength and balance, butts and guts, like a bunch of different classes for people to participate in virtually.
Excellent. And I imagine the outdoor classes, the first 5 minutes is a little chilly, and when you up and get into it, you know, the weather conditions are, you know, kind of at that point, you're warmed up, ready to go. So that is great. And tell us a little bit more, like, so we're working on expanding those virtual offerings coming in January. What's some of the thinking going behind that? And based on the success of the virtual classes we're offering, what areas do you think we're going to be building on to offer more virtual experiences, workout experiences?
So we want people to be able to, we've been recording our classes, and we want our members and the public to be able to see what we're offering. So, coming in January, members will have the ability to access the pre-recorded classes. We're working with our consulting company to have even another level, basically, or option of professionally recorded classes that will be available. Again, kind of same thing, a different variety, yoga, Pilates, strength training classes. So that's definitely in the pipeline and coming, for January, which will again, give members the flexibility to be able to attend live classes and also, attend things later or earlier in the morning, if they prefer. So that's going to be, I think, a big boost and a big added value.
Excellent. One of the things I think about when just listening to the great work that we're doing and the ability to continue serving the community is during this pandemic, it's been such a stressful time for so many people. And, your health is taking care of yourself through this pandemic, both physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I mean, it's so important because there's a lot people are dealing with right now. And it gives me great pleasure to know that we're able to provide these resources. Ryan, you were telling me about this writing workshop coming up that we're kicking off. What can we share about that piece?
So that's planning to begin in January as well. And you'd be able to go to our website, I would say by the end of the beginning of next week, to get more information about that and to register. But it's we're working with a writer and a practitioner that has done this type of workshop. It's a 4-part series basically. So you'll meet virtually once a week for about a little less than an hour and a half, I'd say. And the focus is using writing to express your feelings and specifically to kind of like what we're dealing with now, the social isolation, quarantining, just basically how people are feeling. And through writing and poetry, she's gonna help people, I guess, feel better mentally. I think that's a big piece that I've heard a lot of people who aren't coming in are struggling with. Is that it's been a long time. It's been since March really that a lot of people have been really not going out much. So and one of the things virtually too with personal training, I remember right when we closed that first week, I had some conversations with my trainers, and they were apprehensive with our older population doing, and just in general, because they had never done virtual training. And I was like, listen, guys, our clients need you more now than ever. We don't know if this is going to last 2 weeks or 2 months or longer. So, they need you more now than they ever did to, for that peace of mind, for that connection, for that workout, for that health and fitness. So.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree. I ran into a member in the hallway just a week or so ago, and she's utilizing our outdoor pool, our outdoor heated pool. And when I first came to the JCC, my first tour, I could not believe that we have a pool that is open during the winter. Certainly not every single day, all the time, but when the weather conditions are conducive, that we keep that outdoor pool opening. And certainly, outdoor spaces is something that people feel that is safer with, if they're going to work out, if they could be outside. And maybe a quick word about what we're seeing. I see so many people using that outdoor pool and the indoor pool as well right now.
Yeah. When we first opened, the outdoor pool was definitely a hot commodity. And as people felt more comfortable too, coming in with all the things that we've done in the cleaning protocols and the sanitizing, they've been using the indoor pool just as much. So that's actually, been very popular. But yeah, the outdoor pool, as long as it's over 32 degrees, we're open during our open hours and people are out there swimming. We keep it at about 83 degrees. And you won't catch me out there, not yet, but our aquatics, she's out there. They're out there. It's great.
One member did ask me, have you been in the outdoor pool yet? And I said, no, but one of these days I'm certainly going to try.
Right.
Getting out of the pool, you want to, I guess, run to your towel pretty quick, right?
Exactly.
It's so good to know that some outside groups are utilizing, and some students from Charles E. Smith Jewish Day School are coming to utilize our outdoor pool, through the
teams.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're really excited about that. So we're coming up pretty much on towards the end of our first JChat. First of all, Ryan, thank you so much for being with us this morning. Ryan is the general manager of our health and fitness program here at the JCC, operating successfully through a really challenging year. We have just a moment. There's really the one question that I wanted to answer that has come up is to learn more about the offerings and what it means to be a member and utilizing our services. What is the next step for someone who's listening right now who says, I'm interested in learning more? What do they do from here?
The easiest thing, you could call the center, 301-881-0100, or you can email the membership department, membership@benderjccgw.org. And we can give you more information about the center via telephone. We can, direct you to our website, which has some updated pictures. We can schedule a tour. We are doing tours, so we can schedule a tour for you to come through and check out the facility. Hopefully, gain you as a member.
Excellent. Ryan, thank you for being with us. Thank you to anyone who's tuned in to watch our first JChat. JChats are going to take place every Wednesday at 10:30. In the coming weeks, we have a number of other guests who will be joining me for a conversation about the Bender JCC, including our camp staff and our educators. And we're going to learn so much more about the great work that we're doing here at the Bender JCC community, serving the community despite the challenges that we've been faced with this year, really on a high level, providing services to our community. So thank you for joining our JChat. Ryan, thanks again for joining us. And maybe we'll bring you back at a certain point when we have some more updates on virtual classes coming when we get into January. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, everyone.